Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, DAR opens their new U.S. headquarters and service center. ANN will hit the floor running at the AEA convention. And InFlight Labs, LLC, is developing global in-flight monitoring. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm Ashley Hale. DAR has formally opened the new location for its Airplane Business Unit's U.S. headquarters at Pompano Beach, Florida. The grand opening ceremony attracted more than 300 attendees and brought approximately 30 TBM family aircraft to Pompano Beach Airpark, coinciding with the TBM Owners and Pilots Association Safety Seminar. The new facility includes a 32,000 square foot structural steel building designed to withstand up to 150 knots of wind. The new TBM Service Center can accommodate 8 TBM aircraft simultaneously, as well as a full spare parts inventory and a dedicated storage area. With its resources, this facility enables DAR's Airplane Business Unit to offer more services for TBM operators and customers, including avionics modernization, repair activities, and full aircraft overhaul. Its amenities include an automated 24-hour fueling system that enables DAR to increase its operational efficiency and better address customer needs. As a pilot walks around an aircraft, he thinks to himself, it looks sleek and shiny, those engines must be powerful, and now let's take a look at the important part, which is where I work, the cockpit and its avionics systems. And when you're talking about cockpit avionics and more, the annual Aircraft Electronics Association convention is the place to see everything all in one location. The staff of the Aero-News Network is hard at work in preparation for its live event coverage of the 58th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, coming up next month in Dallas, Texas, April 8th through the 11th. ANN's editor-in-chief, Jim Campbell, said, quote, "No other aspect of aviation has boasted the aggressive growth, progress, and innovation as we've seen from the avionics industry. As a result, it behooves us to make sure that the content and the processes we use to cover this industry are every bit as innovative and exciting," end quote. ANN will be there to cover the AEA convention from top to bottom, from beginning to end. We'll provide daily reports on our Aero-News Network website and broadcast video reports on our daily Airborne Unlimited videocast. You'll also experience the event as we bring you the latest avionics news with live coverage broadcast. As we get closer to the start of the AEA convention, we'll provide more details about our coverage, much of it which will be live, of this important industry event. After the break, global in-flight monitoring is being developed.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. InFlight Labs says it is in development of a series of tamper-proof smart avionics that will monitor many key avionics during all phases of flight, providing a real-time air-to-ground avionics monitoring system with air traffic control for continuous global aircraft tracking. If the self-powered smart transponder is turned off, tampered with, or experiences a power failure, it will immediately squawk 7700 to air traffic control over a secure aircraft communication system. In addition, the system concurrently activates the aircraft emergency locator transmitter, which sends a GPS-based 406 MHz emergency alert to the global search and rescue satellite constellation. The smart transponder will also send a detailed burst message to aviation and government authorities, apprising them of the situation within moments of an incident. Additionally, Smart Transponder as well as Smart ADSB and Smart ELT may be activated over the air by air traffic management through secure aircraft communications when a Mayday message is received or the aircraft stops communicating to ATC. Every Tuesday, we're going to look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here's this week's Aero-Calendar. On March 28th, Southern California comes alive with the 23rd Annual Riverside Air Show. It's a one-day event, and you'll see some of the best air show action in the business. The really good news is that it's free. The weekend of March 28th brings you the Tuscaloosa Air Show. This air show will treat you to 11 different performances, including the Navy's Blue Angels, the F-22 Raptor demonstration team, and the Marine Corps' Ospreys. Bring hearing protection. On March 31st, the National Agricultural Aviation Association holds its Arkansas AAA Central Regional Fly-In event. This event is being held at Carlisle Regional Airport, and it features safety educational programs and workshops. Clay Lacy Aviation on Van Nuys Airport in California is hosting the EAA Ford Trimotor on March 29th. Their seasoned pilot taking a ride in the old Ford is an experience you won't forget. After these messages, the FAA may streamline commercial UAV waivers process slightly.
Since the early days of powered flight, pilots have struggled with landing in crosswinds. In fact, crosswinds and wind gusts cause more landing accidents than fog, thunderstorms, and icing combined. That's where the Redbird X-Wind SE comes in. By placing pilots in gusty crosswind conditions for extended periods of time, the X-Wind SE gives instructors all the time they need to teach the pilot the proper techniques for landing in crosswind conditions. For more information on Redbird X-Wind SE and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulations.com.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we've summarized some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The FAA may streamline UAV commercial waiver procedures slightly. Companies that have already received waivers would automatically be allowed to fly additional aircraft. If true, this change would not accelerate approval of initial waiver requests. Marenco Swisshelicopter signed 13 letters of intent for the Sky SH-09 helicopter at Heli-Expo earlier this month. This brings the total orders for the aircraft to 72 units. Deliveries will begin in 2016. The bad guys are not happy about this next report. The Predator BMQ-9 Reaper RPA fleet has achieved a historic milestone of 1 million cumulative flight hours. 90% of all missions flown were in combat. The renowned Naval Test Pilot School was formed 70 years ago this month at Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Among the many pilots trained at this elite school over the years, 87 became astronauts. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's move on to the rest of the news. An NTSB special investigation of parasailing seems to indicate some real problems. Skydiving and paragliding are recognized as aviation sports. They're regulated by the FAA, and industry associations also bring safety to these operations. On the other hand, parasailing is a completely different recreational activity. Parasailing, also known as para-ascending or parakiting, is a recreational kiting activity where a person is towed behind a vehicle, usually a boat, under a parachute-type canopy. The NTSB Special Investigation Report examines parasailing accidents in the United States and identifies several areas where risk exists. The report says there are no federal regulations or guidelines establishing training or certification for parasailing operators. There is also no requirement for inspections of the parasailing equipment and no requirement to suspend operations during unsuitable weather or conditions. The NTSB report says that passengers seeking to enjoy the thrill, adventure, and panoramic views of parasailing risk becoming accident victims. Due to the nature of parasailing, accidents may result in either serious injury or death. Well, that's our program for Tuesday, March 24th. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday. Please join us in a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations for the best in aviation and aerospace news. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching.